What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at second in form Chua. So I obviously cannot pronounce his last name properly, so Chua is what he's going to be called as. In terms of him, second in form, very nice indeed, some very good stats, and naturally I feel like a lot of people are obviously referring to him as the kind of the B-Tech, or at least the new Vieira. I'm interested. An 82. I can't really class him Vieira-like. Yes, he's tall, obviously got the high work rates, defending and physicals are looking pretty good. Whether I would class that as Vieira, now we're getting into something. An 84, we're starting to make moves. Hopefully the third in form doesn't go a +1 and does go a +2 instead, taking him to 86, as I think that is something that's needed as we go forward into this game, and really informs are now starting to drop off. He's already coming in at 50k. That always tells me a lot that he's not necessarily going to be game changing, but I'm going to give him a shot nonetheless. He is right-footed, freestyle with a high like I suggested, and he is 6'2", so a big CDM player. And who else to play next to him? We're going to play him next to Vieira, so that's going to be interesting to see the difference side by side. Obviously, that comparison is now lovely with the fact that we did have the base SBC, or the base SBC for Vieira, and we actually finished it for once. In terms of a shadow, you get 88 pace, 90 defending, turns him into an 88 CDM, which is actually really nice. A good +4 upgrade on his overalls. We've got a good short and long pass, great vision on him. Physicalities are already there, and pace-wise, that just needs that little bit of a helping hand. Obviously, it will go up to +10 with changing him from a CDM to a CM. So let's not waste any more time. It's coming in relatively cheap. Let's see what Chua can do. Chua now. Let's see what we can find from him then. I'm interested just to see what this guy is all about. We had the 82, and to be honest, I didn't really notice a lot, but he did play like a solid half for me, or at least a kind of a solid match during the Liga and objectives. So I'm interested to see what this 84 is all about. Obviously, Marquinhos is going to be the favoured one in the defensive ability. I'm interested to see the long shots. Holds it back, and that's a very nice knuckleball of a shot there. Back to him. Lovely little long pass. Felix is going to make what he can with it. Oh, just about. I feel like the one thing that I think that Chua is going to be really good at is just having that big body in the midfield. That normally is what constitutes for a midfielder, is just being massive, getting yourself about, and really just pushing forward. It's why we loved Vieira and Hullet together. Both huge units, just absolutely controlling that midfield, and that is going to be a crossbar hit. I really thought that was dipping then. Good interception from Chua. Fires it straight back into Felix. It's going to go with a double across goal, and we make it 1-1. And that's it. Vieira and Chua are going to be incredible. Just sitting in that midfield, just holding the position off. You just know that you've got a really pinpoint pass around them. Obviously, I think Vieira's either 6'3" or 6'4", so again, an absolute unit. Chua finds the standing option in Maradona. Vieira in the box, and it's just not the pass we wanted. Lovely pick out again, running that midfield. Not necessarily the most kind of like impressive, like you wouldn't really imagine paying more than probably 50k for him. But in terms of what he's produced so far, I'd say he's been an absolute solid unit to the team. Would I say he's Vieira-like? I think maybe if you're just talking about height, then yes, obviously he is very similar in that sort of aspect. Whether he has them stats that you're looking for, that would be up for question then, really. We managed to take the lead at least, and I think he has. He's done a good job. I couldn't really rate him down at this point in terms of maybe not progressing, but so far so good with him. Oh, that's a ball from Chua. Can we find the big ball across into Vinny? What a save from Donnarumma, and that is exactly why I like Donnarumma. Absolute mission of a save. So going into the overall for Chua then, coming in at about, well, he was coming in at about 49.5. I think this price is just not quite updated just that much yet. So he's around about 50 across the board, really. If you average it out, he's around about there. And to be fair to him, I'll give it him. He's really not that bad of a player. In terms of height, he uses it massively to his advantage. The shadow acts as a lovely kind of just DM factor. That is the perfect chemistry style for him. Gives him that pace increase to 88. Gives him the defending to 90. Already got the physicality. Dribbling wise, for a 6'2" player, 84 rated, and that's something you've got to remember. He's not this 90, 88, 89 rated player. He's 84, which if you compare him to someone like Jordan Henderson, I know specials are a little bit different, but realistically that overall factor still stays. the difference between them is crazy. You look at Mertens for that example. You look at I'm trying to think of another 84 centre back, Jimenez. You look at then 84 kind of CMs. You look at Fernandinho at 83. You maybe look at Milinkovic Savic as 85. The stats on him are very, very good. They're in the right positions, and I think that's personally it. He may not be the most kind of outrageous statted player or the biggest rated overall, but the stats that he's got really work for what he needs. He's a big old unit, he gets in the way, he makes the tackles, he makes the passes, and I think that's what makes him really decent. Obviously the high work rates are really good as that box to box, so if we was to get I don't know, how old is he, 21, so I don't know if he's just on the edge of the cusp of future star. I personally don't know his actual career kind of standing, but most definitely if we look at maybe getting a FUT birthday version of him, a five star of this guy would be nuts. If we then get a team of the season or something non-promotional based that boosts his rating up even more, you are looking at a 500k card quite easily. I didn't really have too much faith in the 82. Now we've got this 84, I'm actually getting on board with him. The big question is, would he set in a free in the midfield Ligue 1 squad? Maybe not France, because I feel like you've got a lot of big contenders in France, but in terms of Ligue 1, who have we got then? So Fofana, I think, has got to be one. Even though I don't necessarily agree massively with the price, I do think he's a very, very good player, and he's upgradable. Verratti, if you've done his SBC. Auer, if you've done his SBC. Guendouzi, I believe, is tradable. You've got Renato Sanchez. This is the problem now. We're getting with Ligue 1, we're getting a lot of big contenders in this midfield. Even if you're looking at like Draxler, if you're looking at Wijnaldum, Andre, some of these were SBCs kind of coming up, but there's a lot that I think if you've missed out on, he could then kind of put him in the spot. Maybe you don't have 800k for Fofana, you then have 50,000 coins for a very good 84. I think most definitely if he looks, how much is his 82? 18,000 coins. So if you can get this guy down to about 30, 35, you got an absolute steal for quite a decent player in a cheaper Ligue 1 squad. So if you're looking for objective cards and maybe you just got an extra 30k, 40k lying around, I definitely think he is worth the offer. It is just dependent on what happens Friday. If we get promo packs and he does absolutely stink the bed, you never know, he might drop down even more. But if there's no promo, he might even keep his price a little bit from people just saving packs. Naturally, I wouldn't necessarily risk buying him for investment, but in terms of kind of when he hits his lowest, that's when maybe I'd just pick up one. Maybe you get a red pick of him as well. That would actually be quite nice. I think we had his 82 red at one point, so maybe we double down on the 84 as well. In terms of overall, I'd be looking slowly towards about the 8 to 8.5 at the moment. I think I need a little bit more stats everywhere to be able to kind of go up that next level, because if you are comparing him to the Vieiras, the Hullet Gangs, the taller, more box-to-box type midfielders, I think he's definitely got to be hitting that at least 86 at a very, very minimum. I'd be looking towards more the 87, 88, so hopefully a non-promotional promo would be absolutely solid for this guy. Who knows, if it doesn't come, Footies would be the perfect chance to get a 95 Choa. That would be incredible. So let me know down below if you're going to use him. Do you use his 82? Let me know down below. Like and subscribe on this video, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.